Check, check. Can you hear me? Check, check. Check, check. Thank you for your patience. Just want to get this out on social media, and we can get to it. Believe me, I want to see this. I want to unbox this thing. Okay, welcome. Did we just do this? Did we just do this? Okay, because I thought we just did this. Here we are back again with another unboxing. This time with a much bigger box. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. Okay, Sony, we get it. It's big. I do like how the design was originally supposed to be bigger now that they said that, which I thought was pretty funny. But I'm excited. Anyone that knows me, I'm a Sony fanboy, straight up. So of course I am very excited to go ahead and be able to show off this PS5, kind of like, give you guys kind of like, looking at it as well, an unboxing experience, if you will. I'm excited for it. And then of course, we're going to compare it to the Xbox Series X, of course, we just did in the last video. And we're going to compare it to every single piece of Sony hardware, home hardware, yes, including the PSX from Japan. I think I've got every iteration of them, at least the major ones. So we're going to be going over that and kind of comparing the two and seeing just how big this thing is. Let's just see. I'm very curious to see how big this thing is, as I've only seen the PS5 teardown, the official one. It's the only thing I've seen. I haven't seen any other unboxings. I don't know what I'm in for. Okay, I had a friend that reached out who said that he had seen one of these bad boys at Walmart and said it was big. So we are gonna see if that just gonna see how big it is. We're also gonna unbox some of the other accessories I got. I didn't get a lot of them, honestly. I didn't need a new headset or anything. So again, we have the charging stand and Miles Morales, which I think is everyone's day one pickup with this system, right? Now, first off, I just want to say I feel very lucky that I was able to get one, and I feel tremendously bad for anyone who has not been able to get one. I think that Sony handled this launch, or at least the retailers handled this launch very, very, very horribly. As I think it would be pretty easy to predict that there was going to be a lot of people that wanted the PS5. And with the state of the world, it's something that you would definitely have thought they would have thought about, like, we should have a lot online for everyone. So I am disappointed in retailers for that. I think it was definitely, for me anyway, it was nightmarish to get this. It was not nightmarish to get the Series X. The Series X was a lot easier for me to get, believe it or not, than this. So we're going to kind of unpackage the accessories first, then get to the big chungus here. Well, I shook everything, and that's how big it is. And then we are going to compare it to, I have all the consoles right over here, just out of sight. You can't see it yet. All the other hardware, as we're going to compare it and see just how big this is. Because again, I'm curious for that one. So this one's an easy one, right? So this is the Amazon package that came today, and this should have Miles Morales in it. Put that over there. There you go, Ultimate Launch Edition from Miles Morales. So I'm excited for this game. I think a lot of people are. This is the one that's going to come with the Spider-Man remastered code. It apparently also comes with some Spidey suits. So it's good. I mean, the graphics do look amazing. So I'll even go do a wider view here. And even on the back there. So there you go. So what's it say on the back? Be greater, be yourself. So they experience the rise of Miles Morales as the new hero masters incredible explosive new powers to become his own Spider-Man. So I've got, this comes with a tracksuit, Into the Spider-Verse suit, 3 extra skill points, gravity well gadget. Cool. I'm really more interested in the fact that it comes with a remaster of Spider-Man and Miles Morales, which is going to be fantastic. So this is a good one here. Again, I think everyone picked this up day one. I don't know anyone who probably did not pick that up day one. All right, so here is something that came up for sale not too long ago. It actually came up on, oh, jeez, crossed out my address with one address there. So this came out not that long ago, which is the controllers, the controller charging station, rather. So this thing is pretty exciting. So you can't read anything on there, right? I think I crossed over everything. Yes. Good. Okay. So what we got here, pretty simple, is we have a DualSense charging station. So this is actually the charging station, the official one for the PS5. I did buy an extra controller, which we'll take a look at, DualSense. So of course I wanted to go ahead and get a charging station for it too. So let's see. Contents. It comes with a DualSense charging station, AC adapter, AC power cord, and instruction manual. It says click, charge, play. So it'll charge 2 controllers, frees up USB ports, and it's got a click-in design. So it's very similar to the one. If you have one for PlayStation 4, it's probably very similar to that, for sure. So we can go ahead and put it under the big one. There you go. Probably very similar to what you may have for PS4. So very excited for that as well. Put that over there. Alrighty. Woo! Alright. Alright, GameStop, how did you package this thing? Everything looks loose. Alrighty, so this was the bundle that came with the Spider-Man, just regular launch edition. Yeah, I didn't want it. So we'll see. We'll see what we do with that one. Also came with the extra DualSense controller. Now, the reason why I bought this bundle was because it was the only thing in stock, to be honest. Okay, the only thing I could get. So of course I did jump on it. But nevertheless, so here you go. You got the DualSense controller box. Heighten your senses. So there you go. It is the DualSense wireless controller. See if I can bring up the light a little bit. It says haptic feedback, which we all know. Feel more with physically responsive feedback to your in-game actions. Oh. Adaptive triggers. Experience varying force and tension when interacting with your in-game gear and environment. Built-in microphone. Chat online with friends. Yeah, we all know that's a little different. And enjoy an intuitive design featuring enhanced sticks and touchpad. So we can put it over here for you real quick, although the other camera's probably going to show up better. So Put it a little closer. So, now, very controversially, everything's very white with this PlayStation 5. I know some people are like, "Oh man, I hate the look of it. I want a PS, like PS4, the black." So the consoles I'm going to show you today are actually the ones I'm going to be comparing it to. I have the white versions for almost all of them. The one I don't, you'll see. But for the most part, I have the white version for all of them because I think I'm actually a big fan of the white consoles. So I'm in the minority in that when I saw the PS5 revealed, I thought, wow, it looks amazing. Then the internet went crazy. Now, first off, this is a big box. And inside is a PS5 that's in a big box. Oh, man. I really don't think I was ready for this. How big this thing was going to be. Okay. Oh, there goes that. There we go. Whew. Put that over here. Fun there. Alright. So here we are. PlayStation 5. This box is already huge. What? Like everyone says it's big. I get that, but this is big. Wow, alright. So taking a look all around here, again you have, I believe the digital edition actually has, it's like black. It's like the inverse of this for the box. Again, 8K, 4K, 120 HDR. Again, we know this is 2.1. I'm sure this one also comes with a 2.1 HDMI cord, just like the other ones. So there you go. Again, you're going to need that for all your 8K gaming, if you do 8K gaming. Again, like I said before, mine can go up to 120 hertz, but in 1080p only. Womp womp, because I have only HDMI 2.0. So it comes with PS5 controller. Oh, PS5 console, sorry. Wireless controller and base HDMI cable, AC adapter, power cord there, USB cable, and printed materials, and Astro's Playroom. I love Astro, so I'm very excited about that. I did also get my VR, my PS4 VR adapter cable. So that's actually already set up in the setup. Yesterday I made a little home for this thing, not gonna lie. I was very excited for it, so kind of made a little bit of a home. Alright, here's the back. So let's see what it says here. We've got play like never before. 825 gigs. Lightning speed, harness the power of a custom CPU and SSD with integrated I/O that rewrite the rules of what a PlayStation console can do. Breathtaking immersion. Discover a deeper gaming experience with support for haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and 3D audio technology. And then stunning games, Marvel. Marvel. See what they did there. Marvel. Add incredible graphics and experience new PS5 features. Play a back catalog of supported PS4 games with system update. But no PT. I did read about that, which again, as you know, I played PT not too long ago on the channel. I like PT a lot. Like, why are they gonna do that? Again, they if you don't know the story, PT was backwards compatible, but then a certain someone, Konami, went ahead and decided to make it not backwards compatible. So there you go. All right, I'm a very careful unboxer. I know some people just rip this thing apart. So what we're gonna do is, like many of the newer PS4 consoles and such, it's got a white box in there and it's a sleeve over it. So already, it's really caught up on this sleeve. Oh, the serial number's down there, I guess. There we go. All right. You got some weight to you, huh? Got some weight to you. All right. Put this here for now. Whew. Of course, got the PlayStation symbol right there. Let's lay her down. If I angle it, can I work it out a little bit? Oh, there we go. Stuff is coming out. Oh, okay, so it's actually the top. Okay. So let's actually, didn't realize this thing was at the top. Here, I'll put it back in, then we get the full unboxing experience, okay? There you go. Then we can be like those famous YouTubers that I am not. We got all our accessories up at the top, who knew? So when you open it up, right away you're greeted with the controller, the cord, and PlayStation 5 instructions, which, yeah, all the other cords are under there. So first off, I have been waiting to see this DualSense for a long time. Let's see. Very nice, actually. It feels premium. It feels premium. Buttons are a little mushier than I would even say on the PS4 controller. Don't worry, I've got one right here. Yeah, I think it's huge. So there you go. For comparison, it is bigger. It is bigger. Look at that. So I can just move this back a little bit. You can see definitely size-wise, it's definitely bigger. So if I were to like kind of line up the handles a bit, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, so it's definitely bigger. Again, completely different around back. Almost completely different around front. You know, around front it's just, yeah, it just looks like an updated PS4 controller. It does kind of, oh, I don't even want to say it, but it kind of reminds me of the Boomerang PS3 controller that was like a debug that didn't happen. Thank goodness. I didn't want to say it. Okay, I didn't want to say it, but it kind of does just with the shape. These are really long handles, but it does feel comfortable. It does go down a lot, especially for me in my hands. You can see the handles go down. See if I can bring it down. Yeah, I'll put it in front of this camera. See, the handles go below my palm. Like, they go below my palm. That's a big controller. All right, let's compare it to the Xbox controller. Yeah, well, this time around, Sony really wanted to say, hey, size matters, huh? Because it is even bigger than the Xbox controller, as you can see. Like, it's crazy just how big the difference is between these two. They're big. These things are big. They're both big, but I'll be honest, this PS5 controller is big. But it is comfortable. I will say the texture on the back is not nearly as pronounced as the one on the Xbox. And you can see it does have the... You can barely see. Yeah, you can barely see it. So again, one of the cool things is that it has the, like, you know, the cross, circle, square, triangle on the grips, but like you're not gonna be able to see with this camera or on stream by any means. But when you get one, if you do get one, or if you do eventually hold one, you can hardly tell that those are all the PlayStation buttons. It just looks like a mesh, like, you know, like a textured grip. So very interesting overall. I think it definitely looks like an upgrade. Again, they are quieter by far. I mean, this is a PS4 controller, and then here's your PS5. So it is a lot quieter. Sticks feel good. I do like the texture on the grip of the thumbsticks. Again, you're probably not gonna be able to see that, but it's there. It swears. But yeah, it's a good quality controller. I'll take it. All right. We'll go over, we'll check the accessories, the other accessories, and then we'll be off to the races here. So again, you've got your power cord. It is the figure 8 power cord, so no more of the PC power cord, although the later PS4 Pros, a lot of people don't know, actually did have the figure 8 and didn't have the 3-pin PC one. All right, we got Type-C cord. Nothing special about it. Type-C USB, so you Type-C to Type-A USB. So there you go. Any modern phone has those. Again, you have your PS5 and guide, safety, quick start guide and safety guide. Now, you know, I think one of the most telling things is I bought all these, not all of these, but I bought these other PlayStation consoles new. They always have these. In fact, the original ones were always big. They were huge, like books, is what they felt like. Maybe in my little hands they did, you know, when I was a kid. But it definitely, they were always like really, really big. All right. So let's see what we got in here. So when you reach deeper into that box, so as you can see, that's where it's empty now, is actually where I took out, these were on top, and then I took out the stand and the HDMI cord. I'll have to look it up, but I believe it's supposed to be HDMI 2.1. Okay, it is. If you look at the cord, it does say high speed, which who knows still, but nevertheless, assuming this is the 2.1 HDMI cord, very important if you're going to do 8K or 4K at 120. So there you go. And here is the stand. All right, let's see the stand. So I'll go ahead. I'm not going to need the cord, so I've already got everything all set up in my setup. So I'll put that there for now. Oh, I'll put that in there too, actually, as I'm going to need the stand, because again, you can't even, at least I think horizontally, you can't even, you need the stand. You can't even put it up without the stand. Horizontally, of course. I think vertically you probably could, but probably wouldn't be stable. All right, so here's the stand. Oh, look at this thing. So again, it does have a little grippies right here. Okay, and it's like elevated right now. I think because it's in the horizontal position. I bet they didn't put any words on it. The whole plastic, the ABS plastic, is textured. You can move it. So there you go. I think when you move it, yep, there you go. Clicks into place. Oh, okay, and then see, this is not that move. So if I move it here, okay, all right, see? So now I can't move it when I turn it. So when I turn it to where it clicks in, that can't move. But then I put it about this, and now it can move. Ah, and there's our screw right there. There's our screw right there. Okay. All then. What time it is? Put that right there for now. It's time for the main event, if you will. Main event. So we'll take this out again. So this is the top box with everything in it there. So top box with everything in it. It's so funny because this thing is so big, it's hard to even get it all on cam here when I'm unboxing it. Oh, it's also pretty heavy. So let's do this. Oh, it even says to lay it down. Look at me. All right, here we go. Famous last words. It doesn't look that big, but no, it looks big. Wow. I got a lot bigger once these cardboard pieces came out. It's also quite a thud. Okay, let me start to put this back into here. Okay. And then I have this. let me go ahead, just kind of start putting that all like that. Okay. Here it is. Here it is. Okay. Woo! Oh, it's not even taped. Essentially, I can serve this up like so. There it is, PS5. Why it's so glossy? Alright, we'll get this out of the way and we'll take a closer look at it overall. Go. Come on. There we go. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. Alrighty. Wow. This is a big one. It's already dusty. So looking at this, we have, wow, this is big. This is big. So this is without the stand. It's actually really sturdy, vertical anyway, without the stand. But, you know, and the stand obviously is going to make it more stable. I'm almost speechless. I love the design. I really do love the design. I'm such in the minority with that. But I do love the design. I think what's awesome is the inside. Yes. So if you look inside the actual PS5 inside here, again, you can see. I can see actually more clearly that it's the circle, triangle, cross, square, which I think is pretty cool. Again, it's textured matte on the outside with the shells. The actual, yeah, it's gloss. Well, if we learned one thing from the PS3, it's black gloss scratch is pretty bad. In fact, one thing we learned from even the Xbox 360 Slim, the original model, that also was a lot glossy. Definitely scratched up pretty quick. Looks like we've got the eject button down here, power button here. So they're very well hidden for sure. Like they're in the front, but they're pretty well hidden. Again, you get Type C, Type A in the front. This feels very premium, very sturdy. And on the back, we have figure 8, HDMI, Ethernet to Type A. Right in there, you can actually see the, the square, circle, triangle, X, or cross, I guess. And on the bottom, it's just the vents and the cap for the stand. So there you go. Wow. What a fantastic piece of hardware. I really do like it. But man, is it tall. That is tall. That is tall. Wow. Yeah. Wow. That is tall. All right, let's put the stand on here, right? So, it's this way. There we go. So essentially, looks like we match up the two squares. Yes, we do. So it looks like we do. Okay. Looks like that's set. Oh yeah, that's pretty sturdy with the stand, actually. It's pretty sturdy with the stand. So I'll move it back so you can see it. So that's what it looks like horizontal. Ugh. Just looked at the camera. I don't like it horizontal. No, it looks like an oyster. Horizontal is not how it will be in this setup. Not in this household. Not in this household. Just leave it on there for style, just like that. The stand is well engineered. I do like that. I do like that it hides the actual, screw in there when you're not using it and such. So I'll put the screw in later, but let's just see what it looks like on the stand as is. Okay. Yeah, I don't really notice the stand. Just, I guess it makes it a little bit more stable, but otherwise, just clearly just hooks on into the back here. Okay. Neat. So I guess, do we compare it with the stand since it comes with the stand? Yeah, I guess we can. So let's take a look at how this stacks up against first. We're going to start with the Series X. So we'll start with the Series X first, then we'll get to the other PlayStations. So how is this thing going to look if you get both? Well, if you put it like this, you're not going to see your Series X, that's for sure. So, if you don't like the look of your Series X, just put your PlayStation like this, and look at that, boom. This looks like a wall. Looks like a router. Which, honestly, that was what the design really, what I like about it. Move it out of the way, and you're like, oh yeah, there's Microsoft's offering. Wow. Okay. It is, it is taller. It is taller. Look at that. Seriously, like what? There is a huge size difference. Wow. Even just looking at, we'll take off the stand. So again, this is the widest your PlayStation 5 will be. It's about, about as wide as the Series X when it comes to with the stand. Without the stand, let's take a look. I don't mind doing this for science. Again, definitely without the stand, it's a little over half for sure. In fact, to give you kind of a reference, we'll turn it around so you can see with the ports just how different it is. So let's go ahead and do that. There you go. Takes about that much. About that much. Now how about the front? Well, if I put it out like this, look at that. It's quite a bit longer. Definitely quite a bit taller. That's without the stand. Put it with the stand, even taller. Wow, this thing is big. I do like the look of it though. I do. I really do. So, thank you, Microsoft, for your offering as well. But let's look at how this stacks up against the other PlayStations, period. So I'm going to move this, put this is the tallest one, right? So we'll put it right here for now. First, we're going to start off with the original PlayStations. That's right, because there were two models of the original PlayStation. Now, I do have a custom case on this one, but there you go. It was a little bigger. If you want to really compare it, just put this here. Boop. So, yeah, the original PlayStation does not stack up to this. Does not stack up to this at all. In fact, even just looking at how big the PlayStation symbol is here on the side, look at how big it is, like how big it is on the PS1. It's rather laughable. That's rather laughable right there. With that little PS1, you probably can't see it. The big PS5 there. I will say, do they look like they go together? I mean, the white does. And it's round. Well, yeah, it's actually more angled, isn't it, on this one? So, yeah, nevertheless, this is how it stacks up against the original PlayStation and PS1. So it is big, to say the least. Mind you, this is the PS1 with the screen. Again, you don't want to shut that. And there you go. There it is without the screen, essentially. So it is very big. And I mean, even the PS1 is very small in comparison to the actual PlayStation, as you can see. So there you go there. And I got the SIO attached in this particular model. Take that away. Okay, so let's see what it looks like on its side with the original PlayStations. There you go. And then just find the two squares. Put it there onto the side. And lay it down nice and easy. Getting a little unhinged. Heh. Well then. It's about, actually, if you look at the length of the original PlayStation, it is about how deep this thing is. Wow, look at that. Still, if you lay this horizontally, you would have this and this, like, and still have space left over. That's kind of ridiculous. That's kind of ridiculous. That's craziness. But hey, you know, what can I say? What can I say? So this is big, but let's get into our next systems, which is PS2. So we have the PS2 Slims. There are two models, but we can go over that too if you want. So here's the PS2. So I have the white PS2 here, one that my little brother absolutely loves. So looking at it, again, horizontally, it does leave, if I even match this up to back here, we'll say, still quite a bit of space around left, if you will. So there you go. So it's still big. It's still pretty big. Okay. I'll take a look at how it stacks up vertically in a moment. Here are the Slims. So there are actually two Slims. A lot of people don't know that. So this Slim is the one, yeah, this is the one without the integrated power supply. So this has the big brick on the end you plug in, and you can tell by it has the two and then the line in between, like, you know, it's like, well, just this line right here really. And then they have this one that has the power supply that is integrated. You can tell it's a little bit sleeker on the side, so it doesn't have the PS2 ridges. So this doesn't, and it's two-toned, and that one has the power supply integrated, so you just use a figure 8. Use the same cord that's here, man. So we'll do the one with the power supply, the Slim here. Well, look at that. That is, it's a lot of extra room. It's a lot of extra room. Yeah, even laying it like this, there's still room there. Now you're saying to yourself, there was another PS2 only in Japan called the PSX. That's also huge. And here it is. So now we get the PSX. How does that stack up? Woo! Let's find out. Yes, this PSX does work. I don't want to put it on because this PSX is very heavy. So it's still taller than the PSX. But the PSX is definitely deeper, for sure. For sure deeper. Look at that overhang. So now let's go ahead and measure these all up vertically. So, again, take this off. Turn this stand around. There we go. Put that in the back. There's your PS5. And there's your PS2. Wow, that is big. Because I like to have these vertical. So wow, that is big. That's big. That's big. Okay. Let's go ahead and take a look at it in comparison to the Slim. I mean, just look at this. Oh my goodness. Again, both Slims are the same size too, so there you go. Wow. That's for reference. If you have a PS2 Slim, you might want to make more room. Oh my goodness, this is big. Alright, then here's the PSX. Here, I'll put it on this side. Move this PS2 over here. PSX over here. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Now, the PSX can be like this as well, can be vertical. So this is a fair comparison. So you can definitely see that this thing is still bigger than the PSX when it comes to height when it's in this position. But the PSX, again, beats it out in depth, as you can see. So, again, if you have a PSX at home, probably going to fit around the same area, Even just out of curiosity, if I were to take it off there, put this up on top here, oh yeah, even the PS5 with the shell on is a little bit more thicker than the PSX. So there you go. Wow. That's something else. You're big. So, again, we have another generation that was known for really having the biggest of the big Sony consoles. And that, of course, is the PlayStation 3. So, we're going to go over all three iterations that we have here. So we have the PS3 Slim. Oh, take the PSX. The PSX is heavy like that, like the PS5 too. There we go. PS5 Fat. PS5 Super Slim. So let's go ahead and take a peek at these. So here we go. Looks like depth-wise, this is actually deeper if you stand up the PS3 Slim. But definitely when you look at size difference, that's for sure. It's funny that they don't tout this as Sony's biggest PlayStation yet. Okay, so here's another one. Here is the PS3 Fat, they call it. So this one actually, it does line up better with how deep it is. So it is as deep as a PS3 Fat, but not as tall. As you can see here, there's still definitely quite a bit of difference here. Quite a bit of difference. Wow. And then you have this skinnier Super Slim. Look at that thing, huh? So that, we'll kind of move the PS3 Fat for a second. It's looking like this. Look at that. So, not nearly as deep, not nearly as high. Man, this PS5 is big. PS5 is real big. Turn my camera back around here because I'm over here now more. So there you go. Yeah, this PS5 is big though, straight up. So far this has been pretty interesting. I think the closest so far has been the PSX, I guess unsurprisingly, and the PlayStation 3 Fat. The PS3 Fat's like a hair deeper. All right, let's see how it looks. Let's do this horizontally now. Okay. PS3 Fat. There we go. So yeah, it actually is almost comparable. Yeah, it's just a hair taller than the PS3 Fat. Well, I say a hair, but it's a couple inches. So, interesting. Move this out of the way so you can see too. You put it towards the back, you can see. Move it a little bit here. PS3 Fat is definitely. Yeah. There you go. The Slim, PS3 Slim. Oh, let's just light it up. I feel comfortable putting that on there. Okay, so definitely longer, or definitely taller. Wow, definitely taller. Definitely taller. Okay, okay. Now let's try PS3. Oh, that was PS3 Super Slim. That's right. This is just the regular PS3 Slim. So yeah, it is actually deeper, but definitely not as big. So it doesn't feel as big. I think that's part of it, is just like how deep it is. That's what's making it feel so big, or bigger than the others, really. So there you go. Wow. I tell you, this has been kind of crazy to see just in comparison. Because again, I look at these consoles almost every day as they're just out and displayed. It's crazy to see just how big this thing is. And last but not least, let's look at PS4, PS5. Probably some of the most comparable ways to look at it for what most people have. And this is the one that I do not have the white version of. I do not have a white slim. I have the white original Destiny bundle, the white Pro Destiny 2 bundle. I don't have the white slim now, but that's okay. There you go. Look, they look like they're ganging up. Even because it's the back tattoo, so it's the back tattoo. If you're into Yakuza, this is Kiryu-chan. This is his back tattoo there. So, they're ganging up on that PS5. Let's see what we got size-wise. We already got it laying down, so let's take a look. We'll take a look at the slim. I'm not going to take off the stand here, so kind of leave that out of it. So it's about as wide as a slim. Yeah, it's about as wide as a slim, if you look. So I'll put the slim down, so you can see definitely over here, it's as wide as a slim. It's missing a few. It's missing a few inches here, though. But yeah, look at that. It's as wide as a slim when it's like that. And it's like this too, because I think the slim's a square, isn't it? Oh, it's actually a little bit over because of the angle. So there you go. There you go. Slim's also very light in comparison. Here's your original PS4. Again, I'm not going to take off the stand, so we'll just do it without the stand here. So definitely the original PS4 is deeper, but again, look at how much that is, right? I also like how small, again, the PlayStation symbol is here and the PlayStation symbol here. So it's got a huge difference here. But again, it's a little bit deeper in the original PS4 than the Pro. So this is what I think a lot of people are going to be replacing their PS5s with, is the Pro. Again, I'm not going to take off the stand, and even just to give it kind of a look, see here. Yeah, it does definitely deep-wise. The depth is, it is a behemoth. It is a behemoth. And then, of course, you see how, how more deep this is than that. But again, size-wise, it doesn't compare that way. So let's take a look. Let's put that one vertical. Put this thing vertical here. So we're gonna turn the stand. Set this on. There we go. So how does this stack up vertical against the original PS4? Now this is again with the stand. So the stand gives it quite a bit. That's one thing you're gonna notice about all mine here. They all have stands, so just kind of bear that in mind. But again, you can see, just kind of looking at that, like if I were to even just back it up so the stands, line it up console to console without the stand, you'll see it'll come to here. Yeah, it's big. Man, that's big. Man, that's big. Man, that's big. And then maybe you got the slim, which again, the slim without the stand, it's gonna look like this. So, put it like this to this. Yeah, wow. That's a lot with the slim, huh? Again, keep in mind I have the stand on this too. That's huge. It's already dust on here. Already dust. Alright, and we got the PS4 Pro. The Pro. There we go. This is a professional system for pros only, I guess. So here you go. So the Pro is actually deeper. So you can see that it's deeper. Not as tall though. But yeah, I would say size-wise, this thing is gigantic. There is no doubt about that. But it's hard to say. I would say the PS3 Fat or the PSX would be the best comparison for this. Definitely the PS3 Fat. It feels the most like it, for sure. Yeah, so if I bring the PS4 out of the way again, bring the PS4 over yonder. Of course, I'll turn this because it's just awesome to look at. PS3. Yeah, you know, really, because again, depth-wise, the original PS3 fat is that. Oh, I'm going to be honest, that's probably the weirdest looking console I've ever seen. Yeah, it's a little weird, but I like it. I really do like it. I think it looks really good. I think so, anyway. It's just crazy because here I am with a PS3 fat, which everyone always marks as like, well, it's called the fat, right? So there you go. But look at it in comparison to the PS5. So it is depth-wise the same, but look at how much taller this thing is. Definitely an oddity. I think, yeah, I mean, the closest thing you could say is it really is nothing like it. Yeah, I guess it's really nothing like it. Like, it kind of reminisces a little bit about the PS2 with, like, how the PS2 had the ridges. So, like, this has, like, you know, the fan ridges. But, no, there's nothing like this thing. You're absolutely right. And if you're just joining us, it completely dwarfs the Series X. Just completely dwarfs this thing. It almost dwarfs the PS3 fat. Like, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, here's a Series X next to it again. So if I line them both up in the back, this is what you're dealing with. It's literally that much deeper, that much taller. The Series X is very small. It's like very small. Like the PS3 fat is taller than the Series X. And also, don't blow your vape into here, okay? Microsoft advised you against that. Now, Sony technically didn't advise against that, but I'm gonna advise you to not do that as well. So, it is interesting to see it with the PSX as well. So the PSX is definitely deeper, but PSX and the PS3 are actually very close. So if you look, size-wise, they're pretty close. PS3 is a little bit taller, but yeah, like, man. Legit is what it is. It is crazy. They're both. It's very heavy too. It's very dense. Both of these consoles are very, very dense, which is interesting because you know you get the Slim. Slim is so like light. It's crazy. Even the original PS4 is light. The Pro to a point. The Pro's got a little bit more heft to it, but it's crazy. It really feels a lot like the PS3 fat, except it's bigger than the PS3 fat. Just can't believe that it's taller than the PS3 fat. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, it's a lot of Sony consoles right here. So that's all of them. It is almost as tall as the PS1. See? PS1. So almost as tall as that. You just with the screen. See? It goes up this much. So it's basically the size of PS1, right? This is definitely Sony's largest system. Now, I can't say the largest system of all time, because let me tell you something about the CDI made by Philips. That's a behemoth. That would dwarf this, believe it or not. Especially the 220 model. That one, whoo, it's big, big. Even the Nuon, that's pretty big too. That would that at least come close to the PS5. But the CDI 220, that would dwarf this for sure. It's pretty legit. Nice. Well, there you have it. So here we are. We're looking at a lot bigger consoles this generation. It is interesting. The size of the Series X is very interesting just because, like, you know, you look even just like at the PS4, right? It's just like so much more. I'll move this Slim out of the way. The original PS4, it's just so much. These consoles were always so deeper. Like, consoles have always been deeper. So to even just see, like, Sony took a more traditional console approach, just like enlarged, versus the Series X did have quite an interesting approach. So in my setup, though, I thought I was going to keep the Series X vertical. I actually now have it horizontal, believe it or not. I actually felt that it was a little bit better, like horizontal when it comes to my particular setup, just to fit in there, which I thought was interesting because I didn't think I was going to do that. This thing is keeping vertical for sure. For sure. But yeah, overall, I think I really like the Sony PS5's look. I think it's very attractive. Even with the disk drive hump, I feel like it still looks really good. So that I'm impressed about. I think considering what they were trying to do, which is of course cram like this into here, I think they did a good job. But I also have to commend Microsoft because, again, this is fantastic. They put all this in a form factor like this. I would never have thought, straight up, that that would even be possible. Okay? And I guess that's all I got for you for today. This is a big console, so make sure you have a lot of room for it. And in comparison to all the other Sony consoles, it definitely is the biggest by far. By far. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go ahead and plug this bad boy in and get started on some Miles Morales. And we'll catch you guys soon.